Hello everyone and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia and I'm so glad to have you here this afternoon. If you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as much fun and healing at time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. It's got information on my regular stream times 5 times a week here on YouTube. It's also got information on my online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media. If you are here live, go ahead and click that live chat button and feel free to make any requests towards your healing that you are inclined to share. It can be something really general, something specific. You can request specific crystals, or you can let me select some for you. For the first half hour to 40 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and build us a beautiful crystal grid to exactly the requests of everyone in the chat. For those of you who might be watching this on the replay, go ahead and if you would like to sit through and hang out and enjoy learning about the crystals, just go ahead and let this video play through. Otherwise, go to about the 45-minute point or to when you see the lights begin to shift and just sit back, relax, enjoy the music and the Reiki sent to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. And thank you so much for being here, everyone. I already see some amazing requests in the chat. Hello, everybody. Grace, Cora Carr, Maricela. So good to see you all. Fawn, JS, you are here on time. Oh, and thank you. This is like, I crochet, so I have lots of crocheted everything. You'll see it. It's getting cold in Philly. You'll see all of it. But this is one that I totally just like, it's just a store-bought cap. And everybody, I think, needs a little black beanie in their wardrobe. Anybody where it gets cold. So thank you. Let's see. Yeah, the heat in my apartment is not quite on yet. So I'm sitting here with like five pairs of socks and a hat on. Hey, whatever. It's how we do in Philly. So glad to see you all. Oh, let's see. Good to see you all. So let's see. So I just lost part of the requests, but the first requests I have were from I believe Maricela. They were for Moonstone, Unikite, Tiger Eye. And then the next ones I see were clear quartz, amethyst, citrine, rose quartz. So if there's any requests for crystals or anything in between those two requests, go ahead and put it back in the chat, because for some reason when I go live, it's like YouTube just forgets what everybody had put in the chat. Thanks for bearing with me on that. But yeah, we've got lots of amazing requests. I've already piled up some of the crystals, so let's dive in and get started. Oh, JS, awesome. Cool. Thank you for putting those back in. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek at the grid. All right, so here we go. So we've got our usual start off with copper. I really feel like setting the intention, like I feel like the spiral is really with us. I always start with copper because it helps to get the energy moving. It helps to break up blockages, gets the optimal flow of energy going. And I know we've been working a lot on manifesting especially financial support and resource support, and that's been a lot of us over the last few weeks. So, and even in one case for Vincent, I've been researching a couple of other crystals that can help, sort of on the back end. And so I've got a few of those today. I wanted to bring in first and foremost this beautiful piece of jade. Jade is, we often think of jadeite, and that's that beautiful like light green jade that we love, that it almost looks like a lighter, brighter version of green aventurine. And that is super gorgeous. That's the most desirable kind of jade for sure. But jade comes in many different colors. This is a darker color of jade, which I absolutely happen to love. And when I had my in-person studio and shop in Philadelphia, I tried to use plastic as little as possible. And most retail displays are just tons of plastic that doesn't last. I decided instead to use things like this to help be displays, and now I get to use them here to fill in our crystal grid. So jade is excellent for prosperity, luck, happiness, wealth, all these beautiful things. It is absolutely sacred in China for very good reason. So I wanted to bring that in as a sort of a grounding, balancing point for all of those requests that we've had. So thank you all for being here. And let's see what else we got. Oh, good requests. Good requests. Okay. So let's start with, I got the request for lapis. Lapis is fantastic for things like truth and honesty, particularly good in career and anything having to do with employment and how you're moving along in your professional life. So if you're looking to advance in career, get promoted, even move to a newer, better job, lapis can be just indispensably helpful. This one is also great if you're looking to grow your skills about honesty and integrity, or if you're looking to work with people who embody the principles of things like honesty, integrity, and as my friend Jane would say, a good talk-to-do ratio. So it's wonderful for these things. It also helps with disorganization, which is something I super struggle with. And some folks often use it for vertigo and even in some cases, spotty hearing loss, especially if that hearing loss is related to something fairly acute. So I've not used it for those things, but interested if you have, go ahead and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and bring those in. A beautiful stone that's been highly regarded for centuries. Red jasper, which is deeply, deeply grounding. Our root chakra is at the pelvis aiming down, and it embodies everything from fear and safety to being connected and rooted here on earth, being connected with our human experience. I find that it can be very balancing for those of us who do a lot of spiritual work to be surrounded by a bit more grounding stones, particularly if you're getting those ungrounded feelings of like not knowing when you're hungry, not planning to eat, if you are having trouble sleeping, things like that. This can be really helpful with all of that grounding. So I'm going to go ahead and bring some of that in as well. I love red jasper. It's just so chill and so stable. It's like one of my favorite stones to work with. Has been since I was little. That's right. Little me would steal the rocks outside and bring them in and tell everybody, but they want to be inside. I was just a weird little rock collecting gal. Yeah, little me would be very excited to see grown-up me. So thank you all for being a part of that. Next, we have Moonstone, connected with the divine feminine. This is understanding arcane wisdom, the wisdom of the ancients, being connected with the natural cycles of earth and divine timing. If you're struggling with, I'm waiting for the best time for this to happen, I'm trying to trust divine timing, I feel like this can be a really good stone for you. I often use it for that. It's also great for anything having to do with protection in travel. It was used as that for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. Also for intuition, because when we connect with things like the cycles of the earth, we start to pick up on subtleties that we wouldn't otherwise. So Moonstone, fantastic. Also, we'll be heading towards anytime that you're working with, say, like a lunar cycles, or you're doing like new moon kind of magic or full moon kind of magic, this is a great stone to work with. And we have on the 25th one heck of a new moon. It's going to be a new moon lunar eclipse, so it's going to be pretty intense eclipse season, and I'm thinking of recording a round of tarot readings for all 12 signs about it. If I can make the necessary time in my schedule, I will do that. But yeah, very intense indeed. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-child bonding, healing the inner child, and healing trauma around motherhood types of things. Anything from being a mother or trying to be a mother, including fertility and fertility troubles, to being a child and having an injured relationship with one's mother. This is also great for things like, it's thought to help telepathy and ancestral journeying, doing ancestor work, as well as asthma and stress headache, believe it or not. So lungs to an extent, but especially where stress is showing up in the body, if you get tension in your shoulder, neck, and head, this can be helpful. I'll put rhodochrosite right in here. Oh, hey, welcome in, Violet Integration, Susan, Chris, welcome in. Okay, cool. Oh, you are absolutely right. I don't know where my mind is. Yes, the new moon is the solar eclipse. On the 8th is the lunar eclipse. Yes, and the 8th is election day in the US. So most tarot readers, astrologers that I know are reminding people to vote, have your plan to vote, vote early. It's looking like it might be a little bit of a wonky day. I tend to be really careful around eclipse season. It was during that solar eclipse we saw from North America a few years back. I think it was 2016 when I shattered my leg. Yeah. No, it was that or 2017. Yeah, it was not a good day in my world. Not a great day. Yeah, I was just getting into a hammock and it toppled over and broken went my leg. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit nutty. Okay, cool. Oh, and thank you for reposting that, Maricela. Okay, so we also have, next we have Tiger Eye. Protective gives us the ability to see things from a distance and gain a lot of perspective, taking all the disparate pieces of information, putting them together, and coming up with a cohesive vision and understanding of what we're looking at. Great for protection, but also for studying and researching, as is labradorite. They overlap there. I'm going to actually put the Tiger Eye on top of the Moonstone. We've got Unikite, which is another stone that can help with things like fertility, labor, and birth. It's also really helpful for things like quitting smoking, which I think, Chris, were you working with that? If so, I hope things are going well with that. But yeah, it's this is an excellent stone for all things women's health as well. This is fertility, birth, labor and delivery, even trauma relating to that to some extent, marriage and good relationships, as well as bodily fluids and even metabolism to an extent. So really, all things related to women, no matter what sort of hormonal place a woman might be at in her life. So this can be helpful for all of those things. Go. It's Unikite. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, good to see you. Hi, Vic. Good to see you too. I'm going to do my best to get to everyone's request today. Fluorite is excellent for calm, especially calming anxiety, but just in general, a sense of calm and well-being. Helps us to ground a little bit while we're still connected to the divine. So if you're looking to continue to meditate and things like that, but not get so overstimulated that you can't quite focus on what you're meditating about, this can be helpful. And it does form in these octahedrons. Next we have citrine, a stone that's deeply associated with calling in financial support, any kind of resources that might be needed as well. It also helps to balance logic with intuition. And here we have these beautiful brownish orange pieces that, fun fact, were once upon a time amethyst, and then under the ground through heat and pressure and time turned to citrine. You'll often find specimens that are a little bit of both, and that is called ametrine. There's citrine for all that abundance. Libra crystals. I'd have to think about it. Libra crystals. There's so many good ones. Let me think about that. Let me think about Libra crystals. Maybe I've heard carnelian, but yeah, I'll have to think about that a little bit. There's a lot. I don't really recommend stones by the astrology so much, but maybe I can create a list. It's a good call. Let me pick the next crystals. We've got amethyst. Helps with connection to spirituality, especially if you're new to the concept or if you're trying a new path. If you are trying to work through things like addiction and recovery, this can be really good for taking ownership of what is yours and the problems you've created, and relinquish ownership or responsibility for things that are not ours to handle. We also have clear quartz, which can be an amplifier stone. Clear quartz is sort of like a blank slate. It helps to hold any intention that you bring to it. If you use it intentionally with another crystal, it can help amplify the intensity of that crystal's abilities. It can also stand in for another crystal. So if you want to hold an intention, if you're working on a very specific focus, holding a piece of clear quartz to sort of be a physical representation of what you're looking to work on can be really helpful. So let's actually put that under here. Or, yeah, we'll do that. Indigo gabbro, which also goes by the name mystic merlinite, is helpful for looking inward, especially if we want to look to the patterns and the things that we do that really get in our own way. In a way, I would say like our own detrimental tendencies. So the things we do that hold us back, the beliefs we have that hold us back. Yeah, I would suggest this for that. Can be great for shadow work. It can be supportive. So like while we go into those tender places to see where we could do this healing and what's in the way, it also is soft and gentle and non-judgmental. It can help us to see these things without feeling quite so harsh on ourselves, so that we feel a little bit more supported in making changes. Yes, angels. Yes, angels. Libra crystals, opal and pink tourmaline, suggests Maricela. Thank you for that. Oh, I could totally see pink tourmaline. Opal too. I can totally see black tourmaline. For connecting with the angels, celestite and angelite, which actually are two versions of the same stone. Celestite is the earlier version of it. through heat and time, it turns into angelite. Both of them are fantastic for connecting with the angels. And also the lighter in color stones, light blues. Some people do suggest blue lace agate for working with the angels as well. So I'm going to just take our indigo gabbro and put those here. But thank you, everyone. Those are great. Those are great suggestions. Dental bone loss and stuff, definitely fluorite can help that. And I'll bring in some other ones too. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Rose quartz and carnelian. Rose quartz helps with unconditional love. So this one works really well with indigo gabbro. This stone works really well with nearly every stone. It makes it a lot easier to feel supported as you let go of what no longer serves, because it is an intense heart chakra energy. So yeah, it is a very intense heart chakra energy. It's the kind of heart stone that can definitely bring you to weeping, but generally speaking, it's a good weeping. We've also got carnelian, which helps us to connect with our twin flame. It aids in things like fertility, sexuality, reproductive cycles, and just, women's cycle types of things, as well as relationships and how we relate to one another. So not just romantic relationships, also like work relationships and career partnerships and neighbors and colleagues and coworkers and all that kind of stuff. Anytime I'm going to like a big event where I'm meeting other people that do what I do, I'm carrying carnelian with me to kind of help harmonize the energy there. Oftentimes this and herkimer I'll carry together. So herkimer tends to harmonize energy while connecting us with what we seek, but in the best spiritual balancing way. And it harmonizes discord. So it can be very helpful there. So we'll bring this in. Okay. And okay, gotcha. Feeling less awkward receiving money and disposable income. I've been doing some research on that. And I want to bring in two additional to the jade, but one is aventurine, 2 is amazonite, 3 is pyrite. So 3 stones. And amazonite I was going to bring in also for Chris for the request around sister spinal stenosis, because it can help with the spine and the spinal nerves. A green aventurine can help with confidence. It expands our vision of who we can be. So oftentimes when we feel a little bit more confident, we can feel a little bit more deserving of things. This is a stone I often use for folks who may have been like browbeaten a bit, like talked down to and things like that, to the point where it's been internalized, because how can you not internalize that at some point? It can be really helpful for just sort of expanding what you think you can do when you've internalized the idea that you can't or that you're not worthy. There's definitely that aspect there. It's also another stone that's used by many for fertility, but also heart rhythms, allergies, things like that, it often comes up for. I feel like this is one that helps you to see your true value a little bit more easily, but in a very heart-centered and supportive way. Bear with me as I make some room. Yeah, and thank you everyone for happy birthdays for Sam. Such an awesome crew. There we go. Okay, so there is some of that. Amazonite helps anyone who has a caretaking potential. It helps with self-respect and receiving self-care. and seeing that not only is it important that we show up for others, it's also is important that we show up for ourselves, to remind the caregiver that, hey, I need to take care of me. This is important. It also helps with luck in general, like luck with winnings and things like that. But it also is one that we use, like I mentioned earlier, one for spinal nerves and spinal issues. Anything with like nerve pain and stuff too can be really helpful. And luck and winnings. So if you are looking for luck in any kind of pursuit or contest or competition, this can be one for you. And then pyrite. Pyrite is one that's often associated with financial gain. It's fool's gold, so I can kind of see that. But it also it helps to move energy during Reiki as well. So I feel like if you're manifesting money and there's blockages to it, this can help move those blockages along. Also helps with things like memory and also things like just being protective in general. It's often one that we use here for things like fever and anything having to do with the lungs. It's another one like that. Like rhodonite also takes care of both of those things too. But yeah, this one I often use to kind of optimize Reiki energy and to help break up some blockages. So yeah, very protective too. So this one to help us bring in some financial abundance. Do that. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I hope that is helpful. Protection, clarity, and prosperity. Prosperity we have quite a bit, especially with the jade. Balance, protection, protection and clarity, definitely tiger eye. And let's see what else. Balance, red, jasper, but I think there might be some other ones that come in there too. Oh, Pneumite we didn't get. Okay. Pneumite helps us with shadow healing as well, just like Indigo Gabbro. This is one that allows us to go deep into our own psyche, subconscious, all of those places, and start to dig up the next layer of what we're meant to work on when we're in our own way, much like Indigo Gabbro. This helps us to see how we can improve ourselves so that we can move forward in a more meaningful and balanced way. The idea of these golden flashes that come through it brings the concept of when we're in that darkness doing that work, that spirit will be with us and guide us and give us inspiration about how to continue to move forward and support ourselves through that deep soul healing process. So let's go ahead and do, there we go. Oh, which one? Let's see. Pneumite. Yeah, so I'm not sure which one. So pyrite and Pneumite. Nuummite. It's only mined in Greenland and only a few months of the year because the ground freezes. So I actually have some in my crystal shop right now, but it's not a terribly expensive one despite being, something that only gets mined in one place a couple of months a year. Crystals who will help everyone for blockages and to help body pain, especially nerve pain. Something to protect us in energy, but also stream chi again and open availabilities. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. And welcome in, Suze. Hey, Erica, long time no see. Good to see you. We've got a couple of those covered. Blockages, we definitely have the copper and the pyrite as well. We've also got body pain, especially nerve pain. We've got Amazonite. Protect us in energy, I can bring in a little bit more. We do have Tiger Eye, but I'll bring in a little bit more. To stream chi again and opening availabilities. Yeah, gotcha. So I feel like one I want to add to support all of that is one that I think supports a couple of people's requests, and that's smoky quartz. This is protection. It's calm. It helps to calm worry as well, but it also breaks up energy blocks. It works really well alongside things like copper, and with getting a Reiki session, it helps to move that energy. Not only does it break up energy blocks, it actually helps to transmute or change that energy on a fundamental level. So smoky quartz is a great one. This is another stone that I would recommend if somebody's just starting to like work with crystals. Like, which ones should I start with? I mean, any that you're attracted to, but also there's like a short list of a couple of stones, and this is definitely that. Oh, hey. Oh, absolutely. Yay. Welcome. Because I think you've been here before. Yeah. Welcome in or back in from Holland. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Just put some of those around. Yeah, it's never a bad day for smoky quartz. It's always a good option. I have a few pieces around my room to keep the energy moving. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that you found the video helpful. So glad. Welcome in. Water health on Hawaii? Absolutely. Yeah, we can also I'm going to put something else to help with the water, actually, and I'm going to try to get to everybody's request. Shungite is actually used as a water filter often. So I'm going to bring that in with the intention that it support the water health around Hawaii and water health around the world. We're at a point where it's reported that pure rainwater anywhere on Earth is no longer considered immediately safe for drinking. So this can be helpful for that. It's often used as a water filter commercially. It's which is actually why you probably shouldn't just pick it up at a stone store and throw it in your water. We don't know exactly what else it has absorbed. so and not everything at the crystal shop has been handled as something you'd want to put in water and drink. I kind of advise against that for every stone. But this is specifically good for things like, again, energy blocks, but also clearing the energy field, clearing spaces, specifically clearing water, physical recovery, and also tissue repair, any kind of tissue repair, whether it's bone, skin, tendon, anything like that, including for Chris, the dental and bones. This can be really helpful. So I'm going to bring some shungite around. That one helps a lot of what we've been working on today. That hits a lot of notes for us. And more pink on the board? Absolutely. I think that's a good call. I want to make sure I got everybody's requests. Intention for getting healthier, losing weight, and a jumbled mind. Gotcha. Losing weight is iolite. Iolite helps also with any kind of sleep disturbances, especially if it comes from being ungrounded. This is one that we can also use to help with money management. So those of us that are requesting like financial support from the universe, it helps if we know what to do with that money when it shows up. And also, yeah, anything having to do with visionary meditation, this can be very helpful. But yeah, it's often used for weight loss. Let's see if that will fit in right here. It will. Well, lucky us. There we go. So that's iolite. Jumbled mind. Tiger eye can help, but I also want to bring in rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz, it's thought that the rutils that can be either like a goldish color or a silver color, in this case goldish mostly, that they help direct the energy exactly where it's meant to go, and it's thought to be very balancing for the mind. I have that particular affinity to it. Anytime that my mind is going in a million different directions, I often reach for this stone. So yeah, it can help like focus the mind where the mind is going in a lot of different directions. It also helps with giving us energy, especially if we're just coming out of being ill or if we need to kind of get an immune boost. This is thought to be very helpful for that. I mean, I don't know how you would really, check to see if it's super helpful, but I don't think it can hurt. But definitely it's been used over the years to help direct the healing intention to exactly where it's supposed to go. Very balancing for the mind. So I'm going to bring some in here. There we go. And I hope that you feel better. And I'm glad that you seem to be. Let's see. Advocating for yourself, emotional vulnerability and insight. Something energizing. Bloodstone. So we just did energizing, so that's great. Bloodstone and emotional vulnerability and insight. Carnelian helps, but I kind of want to bring in Septarian for that. So bloodstone is a great emotional, let's say stuff hits the fan sort of stone. It's dark green with these sort of hints of red. And as we move through really emotionally trying times, it can help to lift despair and allow us to have some kind of like emotional stamina and perseverance as we go through either difficult times or if we're choosing to process things, to unburden ourselves of them or do shadow work. It can help support our emotional growth and development through those times. It also aids in quieting the mind. So this definitely goes to helping grace. And yeah, really great one for that. So let's bring in the bloodstone. Septarian is helpful in very much in the emotional vulnerability and emotional insight. It's about learning what our emotions are telling us, and it's about being able to be present with our emotions to learn from them. It's a stone of, it's often called emotional maturity that they give the name, but I feel like it's a little bit more than that. It's learning the lessons with it. So this is Septarian, and this is what it looks like raw. Polished, it often looks like bright yellow, dark brown, and I've also seen it sold as like almost looking like dragon egg. But yeah, Septarian helps with all those things. So I'm going to put them here because I only have the two pieces out. So yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you for being here, JS. Okay, good. I got Cora Carr's request. Susan, literary agent, lawyer, arthritis pain, women's health issue, unikite, definitely. A friend who had her wisdom teeth out, fluorite for sure. Literary agent, lawyer. Finding the people that you're meant to connect with that are filled with honesty and integrity is lapis. I'm going to bring in some Herkimer for a continued support of finding the literary agent, and some Howlite for you and for, I believe it was Chris too. So let's see. Herkimer. Herkimer helps with manifesting what is in connection with our greatest good, as well as balancing discordant energies, as I said earlier. Also for being in the moment, if you find it hard to kind of focus your mind on being present, and intuitive abilities. Howlite helps with teeth, hair, and bones, for sure. And wisdom teeth are definitely more bone. This is calcium absorption, repair of broken bones, or any kind of orthopedic pain. This also helps with processing things that bring about anger, resentment, or frustration, those very difficult emotions. It can help us to work through whatever it is that's causing those emotions in a way where we're not bypassing it, but we're also not so volatile in its so volatile, at least as not it helps to disconnect the volatility that is attached to the anger and the resentment. That makes more sense. So yeah, howlite thought to be very helpful for bones, bone density, calcium absorption. Go. Herkimer howlite. Peace and harmony, angels, and for your pug. So let's do leopard skin jasper and celestite. Celestite, as we mentioned earlier, helps us to connect with our angels, helps us to feel their guidance and invite them into our space and into our energy field, helping us to feel their energy vibrations, helping us to work with them. Whether you are a very clear kind of energetic person or whether you're somebody who just kind of feels and senses and knows. Okay, this row's kind of full. Let's do celestite. Leopard skin jasper helps with anything having to do with animals. It's an excellent animal healing stone. Helps to bridge the gap between humans and the animal realms. So if you're working with your animal guides, with human animals, or with earthbound animals like our human companions, it also helps with anything that's parasitic. So whether that's within animals or us, and also for attracting a soulmate. This is often highly associated with that, as is carnelian and moonstone. So leopard skin jasper. And right foot pain. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, celestite is excellent for pain management. Excellent. We use that a lot here for pain management. It helps us to connect to our angels and opens our upper chakras in a way where our physical experience of pain is shifted in a way where it's not as apparent. So that can very much help. Hip and elbow joints. Howlite for sure. got a lot for financial abundance. Psychic development, pyrite, and moonstone, and iolite. Yeah, pyrite, moonstone. Absolutely. So I'm just trying to see. Hey, Fiat Luna, I hope you are feeling better. Black moonstone. I think I have some. Nerve pain, focus, creativity. Nerve pain, definitely Amazonite. Focus is rutilated quartz. And creativity, carnelian. Smoking cessation and weight loss. Gotcha. Smoking cessation is unakite, which I have here. And weight loss is iolite, which is right here. Good sleep and peace and happiness. I love that one. Oh, that's beautiful, Vic. I would say good sleep, iolite, amethyst. I'm also going to bring in some labradorite, which is, this helps also with more detailed attention. A lot of us are looking for focus, so this also will help that. Also clairvoyance, so for those of you who are looking for a bit more intuition and like harmonizing energy between people. So whether that's things like roommates or family members, but especially workplace. But this is excellent for sleep, help in sleep. So let's see, where shall we put you? Let's put you here and here. And black moonstone is, labradorite is moonstone. Then we have regular moonstone. We have rainbow moonstone. All of them are forms of moonstone. They're all types of feldspar, I believe. This is one that helps us to go a little bit deeper into our subconscious and go a little bit deeper into the deep sacred wisdom that is associated with everything that the High Priestess Tarot card would be associated with, or that the moonstone itself would be associated with. Deeply helpful in things like shadow healing as well. So I have darker pieces of black moonstone, but this one I think is the one that's kind of up here where I can grab it. So I'm going to put this here. The fact that it's supported by labradorite and moonstone is excellent. Anxiety, while going through IVF. Absolutely. Rhodochrosite and unakite, and anxiety while going through it. Fluorite. There's a lot of anxiety stones here too. Let's see what else I can grab for that. Expand the abilities, gotcha. Nerve pain. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Oh, congratulations, Cora, Carr, and Vincent. I put in Herkimer. Cobalt, calcite, I don't. Anger. Oh, okay, perfect. That's what I was talking about. For healing fear. more pink. Fear, I generally use red jasper, which is already out there, but another one for fears and phobias. Feel like green calcite. This is one that helps to ease tension, anxiety, and it offers a lot of reassurance, helps nervousness and the physical heart as well. It's a deeply calming stone. It's a very light stone. When I think about pink stones, this one comes to mind even though it's not pink. And it's a very, yeah, any kind of anxiety, it can be truly just heaven sent. There, and I want to bring in I think I've got everybody. Okay, so I'm going to bring in last thing for things like the color pink, love, opening our heart to receiving love, feeling valuable, but also strongly reassuring the heart. This is pink tourmaline. It's pink tourmaline that is inside of like a base rock or a matrix rock. So there's separate streaks of it. Pink tourmaline, it came up as a Libra stone, so I feel like this could be a really beautiful stone to kind of bring in that energy. And yeah, I feel like that can be helpful. So let's go ahead and bring the black moonstone here. Pink tourmaline there. And I am going to bring in a piece of blue kyanite to help balance this out. Blue kyanite helps with radical acceptance of accepting ourselves exactly as we are, without question, without hesitation, and with understanding the messages that come from spirit. And I feel like that could be helpful. And we're going to have to go right into the description of Reiki and into the healing because we are at 5 of. So everybody go ahead and get your cozy on. Thank you so much for being here. This is a beautiful grid. This is such a powerful grid. I'm so grateful to have you all here. There's also a link in the description. I'm doing a fundraiser for, I'm calling it Tarotween. It's only 2 days. You can schedule them on Sunday the 23rd or Sunday the 30th, the day before Halloween. These are slightly shorter versions of my classic tarot readings at a steal of just $50. It's live, one-on-one, and you'll be scheduling it with me. The funds that come from that will help defray the costs associated with my little foster monsters. I've got 3 little foster cats that have ringworm, and fingers crossed, it looks like they might be clear of it. I may have done the job. But yeah, the link for that's in the description, as are the links for my online Reiki classes, community Discord, social media, crystal shop and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to quickly explain what Reiki is for anyone who's new, and then we will get right into the healing. Thank you for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name is Danielle Stimpson, and I've been teaching Usui Reiki for about 14 years. The style of Reiki that I use, again, Usui style, was founded in the early 1920s in Japan by Mikao Usui, who was a Buddhist monk, a very esoteric Buddhist monk in the Tendai tradition. But he also, as being Japanese and being very much rooted in all the understandings of energy that come from that country, it's rooted in Shintoism, which is Japan's indigenous spirituality, in which everything has a soul, everything is interconnected. Me, you, the trees, the nature, the animals, the plants, the everything is interconnected. And all of us are sharing along similar frequencies of energy. While we are individual beings and we do have our own individual boundaries and etc., including with energy, there are certain energies that transcend those separations. One of those being spiritually guided soul energy, or Reiki. This energy is one that you, on a very subtle level, are very much familiar with. It's running through you right now. Your body, your mind, your spirit are always working with this energy to bring about a greater balance for you in whatever that looks like for you at a particular time. We may feel this physically in our physical body in terms of sensations. In this session, we may feel emotions coming up. We may notice our subconscious speaking to us, or even get some divine guidance or intuition. I usually encourage everyone to just get as physically comfortable as they can, whether that's laying down with your eyes closed, sitting up. If you need to move around, stretch or bend, go for it. If you feel like you want to combine this time with something else like meditation or yoga, that's fine too. The best way to sort of approach it, in my opinion, is to not so much focus on any one thing or intention, and to not so much focus on quieting or silencing the mind, but just sort of noticing what comes up. So if you have any intentions that you want to set at any point during the session, you can just bring it to mind and let it go. And if you feel like something keeps coming to mind, let it play out. Maybe it has some relevance or meaning for you. During this, basically, I'll be connecting with this energy frequency and directing more of it to you to support your greatest healing good that your body, mind, and spirit already know how to use and support and work with. As I send this to you, it doesn't matter where you are in terms of miles or kilometers, because we're all interconnected with this energy. Additionally, it doesn't matter when you are. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, know that Reiki can transcend periods in time. So no matter when you'll be watching this, I hope that you enjoy this session, and I wish you only the greatest healing benefits to all. So thank you for being here. Today is Wednesday at 4 p.m. I'll be back Friday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. for my next streams, and you can always see all of my upcoming stream dates in the description below. So thanks for being here, and let's get into this session. So, hey SS, welcome back. So, as we get ready to get our Reiki session, I'm going to turn up the music, and if you want to learn more about the creator of that music, her information is in the description below. I will also turn the lights down, and they will move slowly through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. Go ahead and simply relax wherever you happen to be, and if you can't relax, just take a deep breath and be present. The Reiki will support you however you've shown up today. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice welcome you back to take a deep breath and ask any questions you might have in the chat. And if you have any questions after that, you can go ahead and use the chat or reach out to me through social media, and I'll be more than happy to work with you. Thank you so much for being here today. Enjoy your session. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out, slowly coming back to your body. You can begin to move your fingers and toes, and slowly coming back to the space that you're in. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a pleasure. If you have anything to share or any questions, feel free to use the chat. Hi, Heart. I got your message, by the way. And blessings and peace to you too. You're welcome, Vincent and Grace. Thank you so much for being here. You're welcome, Sam. Peace and harmony to you as well. Oh, that's great. Thank you for noticing, Grace. Yeah. It is a very happy day indeed. Oh, Sylvia, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, absolutely come back. I'm here 5 times a week. And the distance sessions, like if you watch the previous streams, you can always watch, like they're all recorded and available to stream anytime. They still feel pretty good. It's not as interactive, but the Reiki is every bit as good. Yeah, next time I'll be here. I'm here Fridays, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sundays, 8 p.m. Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Yes, and happy birthday, Samantha and Eva. Oh, Suze, absolutely. I'm so glad you enjoyed. JS, you're so welcome. Cora Carr and Vincent, absolutely. I can't wait. I'm so happy for you on the 22nd for both of you. Heart, you're so welcome. It's wonderful to spend this time with all of you. Yes. Lots of happy love and rainbows. Love it all. Oh, and as I mentioned, check out the description. I'm doing a fundraiser to help offset the costs associated with my foster kittens, and you can get a 50-minute reading out of it directly from me. The link is in the description. It's 2 days only, Sunday the 23rd and Sunday the 30th. So it's a $50 for a 50-minute session with me, and like I said, the funds go to help support all the things I've done for the kitties. One of whom is going to their forever home tomorrow. So I just have a bonded pair left. So it's been an amazing experience to be able to foster. You all are so, so welcome. Thank you all so much for this incredible space. Communal chi, it's only, I can only be what all of you show up to be. So there's the Chinese concept of communal chi at play, where the more people show up with the same or similar intention, the greater that intention is magnified. So very much all of us putting together the crystal grid, putting together our requests, all of you cheering each other on in chat and saying hello and going back and forth, that's absolutely a big part of what helps this space to be what it is. So thank you for being a part of it, everyone. Well, with that, I'm going to see... oh, you're so welcome, Key. Any other questions or anything to share? I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here. I've got to go on and teach my level 2 class. More info on classes and all that good stuff in the description, of course. And if you were here today, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button, that really helps me a lot. And I really do hope to see all of you here again soon. Hugs to all of you. Love to all of you. And yeah, we've got definitely eclipse season ahead of us. It's going to be fine. I'll be here. You're always welcome here. And of course, you can always watch one of the recorded streams whenever you need a little support and I'm not live. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.